except for the people that have to wait for the ad. Well, we got some peeps. We got Chris Pennell decided to show himself this week. That's nice of him. Both Pennells. Lily's back. We got a Lily hypothetical this week again as well. Beckham's here. Kevin Ware? That's a name that I haven't seen for a while. I'm pretty sure I recognize it. Brian's here. Yeah, the Atkins Whites are back. Yay! They're done their gallivanting and their fun having for the summer. Maybe they're not. Maybe there's still gallivanting and fun having left to have this summer. Oh, how is everybody doing? Beckham, what's up with you, my man? I'm good. Everything's cool and smooth on this end. I didn't mail your pen yet. But shut up. It was free. Chris, I'm still watching ads. Oh, yeah. Had a pretty good day. Had a pretty good week. I got a little bit of energy, enthusiasm, shop enthusiasm back this week to get a little bit more work done on the lathe tool cabinet, which is at least now on the wall and out of my way. I got the cleat mounted and it's up on the wall, and it's got its little holder things, parts of its little holder things are in. I still got to make drawers for it and finish it, but it's closer and it's up on the wall and out of my way, which is a step forward. Oh, Krista, hey. Beckham was just saying wow for some reason. I don't know. Oh, let's start with Bevy, shall we? Okay. Let's start with a bevy. Celebrate Saturday. Anybody else gonna have bevies with me tonight? Everybody clicking that thumbs up button because they're happy to be here. No? I always forget there's a delay. Like, this should be quicker. This should be a quicker means of communication. YouTube should really work on that. Oh. Everybody good? Anybody else making stuff in the shop these days? I'll show you the tool cabinet when I get over there. It's like I said, it's not much further along, but at least it's on the wall and out of my way. Spice rum and Coke, nice. Seltzer on the clock, right? Yeah. At least you get paid to watch this nonsense. Like, that's got to be pretty cool. Every week, Becca was like, I'm at work. Making a fortune off all these ads. Yeah, oh yeah. Big time YouTube bucks. I appreciate you watching them and sitting through them so that I can make these huge, big time YouTube bucks. That's funny. London Plane, the overwhelming winner this week of the bowl. Some people think that there's going to be some kind of magicalness happening inside it. I was like, in the poll, I was like, it's definitely the most boring of the options. 23-minute ad. No, we're not going to wait for you. Yeah, I was like, it's definitely the most boring of the options, but it's the one that I have never turned before, and everybody picked it. And people were like, I think there's going to be gorgeousness in there, and I don't think there is. But we'll find out. No idea. I've never even seen London Plane, like, made into anything. But it was on the rack, and I decided that since I'd never turned it, I'm going to try it. Because that's what I do. King B says he's seen a bunch at the store, and he picked maple over it. Yeah, normally I would pick maple over it as well, but I've just never done it, so I wanted to. Is it a hardwood or soft? Well, it is technically a deciduous tree, so technically it's a hardwood. I don't know if it is a soft hardwood or a hard hardwood, but we'll find out. We will find out. It's got a couple of big chunks taken out of it already, but they're like on the bottom, so we're gonna get through those anyway. Show you when we get over there. I'm just gonna relax for a few minutes first. Feels like some of you may not have hit that thumb button. I honestly don't know why that matters. Like, why does everybody ask you to do that? Like, you don't get money per thumb. Like, I'm pretty sure. I meant to vote for Swamp Ash. The day I saw it, the vote was 38 degrees with the humidity, and you worked outside. It seemed fitting. Yeah. Yeah. Swamp Ash will happen in the summer. It's yeah, both of these were much more attractive pieces of wood. This Swamp Ash has some neat stuff going on in it. And then like the flamey chestnut that we've already seen, but it's beauty. Baby wipes are good for Swamp Ash. Are you supposed to be watching an ad? Oh, yeah. Yeah, good week. Okay. The lathe cabinet over there. Lathe tools up on the wall. It's going to be nice rather than just having them laying about. Oh, I still have to find some places for some of the things that came out of the thing that was up there before. I found homes for most of it, but some of it's still just laying around. Like, I had these old, like, spatulas that I started. Like, I don't even remember when, and I don't know why I didn't finish them, because they're rad, and I just have to, like, make them round and comfortable, and they're spatulas. I don't know why I didn't finish them. They're up there, up in the thing. So I'm going to finish these. I got 2 of those. And just some random, like, prepped lidded box blanks. Meranti maple lidded box blanks. So I got like a half a dozen of those that I should finish up and sell or something. But yeah, I still need to find some homes for some things. But can I recap last Saturday's stream for you since you missed it? No, you have to go watch. It's still on the channel. You have to go watch it and not participate. You forgot to tell Pinnell 1 about last week's stream without a wrench. Yeah, it got out of hand at a few times. Like, we needed a wrench last week, and there wasn't one, and it got unwieldy. There were crazy people. There were crazy people all over the place. Just, sometimes people just come in and start being weirder than like we are. Yeah. But we had fun. We had fun. I was at Parents Camper, and apparently there's no service. Were you trying to watch while you were camping? I bought some new stuff this week. There's a guy down the road that put like collection of woodworking tools up on Craigslist. And it was just like too much to list, and he had a couple of pictures of like shelves of planes and stuff. And you guys know me, right? Like, I can't avoid that situation. So I went and had a look. I don't need a set of mortising chisels. I don't. I don't cut mortises by hand, but I've got a set of Narex mortising chisels now to go with my Narex bench chisels. I got them because they match the chisels I already have, and they were cheap, relatively cheap. They weren't super cheap, but they were a lot cheaper than if you bought them from Lee Valley. I got a couple of random squares. I don't need more squares. Yeah, but you know, I have to stop going to look at things like that. When I see like collection of woodworking tools up for sale, I have to stop going because what? Why? Why do I need a Stanley 45? Nobody needs a Stanley 45. But now I have a Stanley 45. Combination plane. It's gorgeous and it's awesome and I love it. But why? He's so addicted to planes, he bought a blank of London plane. That's what I did. That Stanley 45. I have still yet to date it. I haven't figured out when this particular one was made. But Stanley 45 in its original box with the original stickers and labels and stuff, with inside like the original like case with all the little cutters and stuff, plus extra bits, plus the original case of cutters that came with it in a little box that lives in there, and then some more cutters rolling around in the bottom. And like I said, I don't know what the year is on this, but the sticker says it was made in New Britain, Connecticut by the Stanley Rule and Level Company. So that's pretty old, I think. Molding plane? Well, kind of. It's a combination plane. Stanley 45. It's in amazing shape for how old it is. All original, like, rosewood handles and fence. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the phone, so I can't fact check anything. I did a quick Google on, like, Stanley 45, like how to see when your Stanley 45 was made, and there isn't any good source that I found, even just my cursory looking. I didn't look real hard, but it's like full set in the original box and everything. So, and for what I paid for it, let's just say that if I decide that I don't want it anymore and I decide to sell it, I'm going to make money. Not going to say how much I paid for it, but let's say that it's going to make money for me if I ever decide to sell it. What else did I get? I got, when I was buying stuff, I told him, we got to talking, and I said that I just made my first guitar. So he gave me a book for nothing about making an acoustic guitar. And that got me thinking. I did a flip through and got to thinking. We'll see. Yeah, that's about it. Full set of mortise and chisels, couple of squares, combination plane, free book. Oh, he's gonna build another guitar. I was always gonna build another guitar at some point. Not immediately. But I don't know. We'll see. Acoustic guitar sounds finicky and frustrating, but super rewarding. I don't know. I'm thinking on it. I gotta make a thin line Telecaster next, I think. Let's spin up some London Plane and make something out of it. Shall we? All right. Enough introductory mucking around. Did I listen to Saskadelphia? No, I did not listen to Saskadelphia. I got it out of the box and I put it on the shelf. But I have not listened to it yet. London Plane, $9.50 for this blank. And it is a little bit lopsided, like it was a little ovally. So it's going to take a little bit to get through, to get round. The pedestal is not growing. I never did put it on a pedestal. I just needed to own it because it was new. I'm not expecting much, really. Oh, look at this. I'm just going to reach over here. I'm just going to reach up here and get my bowl gouge. Right? Oh, now you guys are crooked. Come on back. Let's get uncrooked. There we go. I don't need this up here. Did you see the big missing chunks on the bottom there? But I knew when I picked it up that those parts were, that's just like reshaping as far as I'm concerned. Little nick up at the top here too that we're gonna have to get rid of. It's okay. I still think it's gonna be boring, but Acacia is a little bit boring too, though, and it is pretty. All right. Yeah. It reminds me of beach in terms of its consistency and hardness, if that helps anybody. That was a big cut. I got started making that cut, and the shavings were building up between my hand and the bowl, and I couldn't really see the tip of the chisel, so I just kept pushing the nuts. I do like that, though. Make one more and smooth that out and see how I feel. Maybe, like, normally it's more of a gradual curve that I do. Maybe like that sort of quick down and then sort of slanty back up might be interesting tonight. I don't know. It just kind of happened on the last cut, so maybe we'll just follow that. It's all right. What do we think of this? Oh, I still got to get through up at the top there. We'll do one more cut like that. That's like the quick down and then up swoop. I've never done that shape. See if we can make a good cut here in that particular shape, and then go from there. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't awesome, but it wasn't too bad. And it got me through that thing at the top. I want to accentuate that down slope a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not feeling this like I was a few minutes ago. It's interesting. Okay. All right. Settle down. I think we're gonna stop mucking around before we just run out of wood. But I do need to get that last cut on the bottom better. Okay, so we'll sand through the rest of those little ridges. Because it's been a while since I turned a bowl and my sweeps are not as smooth as they once were. I think 120 will take care of that. It's kind of plain looking. Get it? But democracy and whatnot. Loud noises. This is your pre-loud noises warning. we get through that one little. That was not great bowl gouge work, I gotta admit. It's gonna take me a little while to get through that one little. Bear with. It's very beach-like, which, if you'll remember, is what the Adequate bowl was made out of. For those of you who have been around for a while. Loud noises. I don't hate it. It's interesting. It's new. It's a new wood. It's a new shape. What do you guys think? I got a lot of noises again. That's too much dust. this isn't too bad. Very beach-like. Let's put a recess in the bottom. And then we'll get some custom grit going on. You guys drunk? Falling over like that? Now, should we measure for this or just... Make the recess bigger or smaller than the last one? Yeah, pretty much. Let's go with... Let's go with about there. That looks like 2 and a bit. What's the minimum, Pinnell? 2 1/4? Because that's what I got. What's the minimum recess on a Talon chuck with the number 2 jaws? I want to say it's about 2 1/4. I suppose I could just grab the jaws. Probably going to be a tippy bowl unless you flatten off the bottom a bit, methinks. Well, nobody thought to you, Mike. No. It'll be fine. If it's a little tippy, it's a little tippy. Stop knocking over your bowl. Why are you knocking over your bowl all the time? She fits. All right, good stuff. Supposed to be having fun, not like making serious things that work well. God, it's like it's your first day. And the feels. If the bowl tips over, the bowl tips over. I am not... not going to worry about it. I think that'll sit on a 2.5 inch, and it's only probably a 5.5 inch bowl, and it's only going to be 2.5 inches deep. It'll be fine. And if it's not fine, I don't care. I got lots of dead bowls that didn't work out. I would go right through the bottom of this and I wouldn't care. I might. I'm lying. I can say that I wouldn't, but that always sucks. I hate that. We're just trying to have some fun, hang out with some friends, make a thing if it happens to work out. Put a couple of ridges down in there for decoration. And then we'll get finishing. Just 2 tonight, I think. All right, custom grit. No, hold on. Just break that edge a little bit. Custom grit. If you do 2, they're always spaced evenly anymore, and you have to measure. Yeah, I guess. But I'm not a big like symmetry is fine, but I also like intentionally asymmetric. As long as it's obviously asymmetric. I don't like things that look like they're supposed to be symmetrical and aren't. But intentionally asymmetric is cool with me. Custom grit step 1, available in the Etsy store. Link in the description. While supplies last, because I have actually, there's been a little bit of a run on it the last couple of weeks. I've sold a few more. So good. Such good stuff. Finishing and final sanding in one. Magical Australian bees, you've heard the spiel. Haven't seen Scott today. Maybe he'll show up, maybe he won't. He is the creator of this wonderful substance. Buff it in, buff it out, simple as that. There we go, step 1. Step 2. Because for some reason that's not smooth enough. I don't know why. Because it really, really is. I could absolutely stop after step 1. I just figure step 2 doesn't take that much longer. And why not? While you're already doing it. There we go. Step one, step two. Take a little break and then flip it around. Kind of boring. You guys picked it though. It's nice. It's nice and simple and understated. And I think the interesting shape of it will help. New beer. New wood, new shape. The tippiness of it will make it less boring. This is true. Yeah. What did I miss? Probably going to be a tippy bowl. Blah, 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 blah. It's the stupid Bell 3000 modem. What? All right. Not so much chatter tonight. That's fine. You guys are more than welcome to not say things. Makes for a less exciting show. Why do I need a Stanley 45? I don't need a Stanley 45. Nobody needs a Stanley 45. Basically, I'm going to set it up as a drawer panel grooving plane. It's going to cut a 1/4 inch slot in drawer panels, in drawer sides. It's going to cut a 1/4 inch the groove, dado? No, it's groove if it goes with the grain. It's going to cut a 1/4 inch groove, a 1/4 inch from the bottom, a 1/4 inch deep. I just bought a plane to do, drawer bottoms, like a table saw blade or a router bit. Yeah. It's fine. Like I said, if I ever decide I don't want it, I'm going to make money on it. And it's probably from like 1890 or something. Like, that's cool. I don't care what anybody says. That's rad. It was made in Connecticut, New Britain. Like, that's how old it is. And it's pretty. And I like it. Sometimes you just have to do those things. I also got another 17 board feet of Sapele. Not from that same guy, but I got a $150 gift certificate for my birthday from my mom for the wood store. And I went to go to restock my walnut supply with it. But walnut's $3 more a board foot than it was last time I was in there. And it's all garbage. So it got more expensive and the quality got worse. So I bought some more Sapele. Because Lord knows if there's anything I need in this life, it's more Sapele. Got like, I don't know, 140, 130 board feet of Sapele right now. Which wood store? Windsor Plywood, the finishing store, the non-mill sales Windsor Plywood. I believe you have heard of it. It's on Peterson. And their walnut is terrible, and they raised the price on it. So I'm not going to buy it. So there. And I hope nobody else does either. Because you can't decrease the quality of something and increase the price and have me be okay with that. I don't know about you guys. You guys can pay more for crappier stuff if you want, but I'm not gonna. I'll just buy different stuff instead. And now I've got 130 some odd board feet of Sapele. So that's a thing. Don't shop at the one on Peterson. I try not to shop at the one on Peterson, but when your mom gives you a $150 gift card, your gift certificate from there, you're going to go spend it. Because the money's already spent. They already have the money. It is what it is. I got another 17 board feet of Sapele. Make a table. I saw somebody say making a... I don't need any more tables. I want to make another table, but I don't need any more tables. I've made us 2 coffee tables, a sofa table, a dining table. I don't have anywhere else to put another table. Make a blanket chest for the foot of the bed. Make, I don't know. I got to make a sideboard eventually, but we don't know if we're going to live here. And I don't want to make a sideboard, get it up to the living room, and then decide we're going to sell the house. So that's what all that wood is there for in the first place. That's my stockpile of wood for the sideboard. But I don't know if I'm going to make the sideboard anytime soon, because I'm in a catch-22, as they say. No, I'm not. That's a different thing. I don't want to make it if we're moving. But we don't know if we're moving. Yeah. But now I have more than enough Sapele for the sideboard, even if I make some other stuff out of it. Just make it in 2 pieces. I can't make this sideboard in 2 pieces. It's a giant piece of furniture. It's like my sharpening station 2 wide. It's a big piece of furniture, and you can't... It would look stupid if you made it in 2 halves. And I don't want furniture that looks stupid. Stanifer's back. What up, yo? We're talking about my money spending problems. It's basically what we're doing. Make 2 sharpening stations for my dining room. Yeah, I mean, I don't need... That's the thing. That's the other thing, is I want to make the sideboard to have made it. But I don't need a 6-foot long sideboard. Like, and my house isn't really suited for it, but I want to make it. Somebody commissioned me to make this sideboard for them out of Sapele. That'd be cool. I'll give you a good deal. No, I won't. It'll be super expensive. But it'll still be a good deal, but it'll be really expensive. Make it and sell it? Yeah, but unless I have a buyer for it, I can't store it. Chris Pinnell did decide to show up this week. Nice of him, eh? Yeah, but one-of-a-kind $3,000 sideboard is not just going to go flying out the door. I have to find the right person to make it. Make a bunch of acoustic guitars out of the Sapele? That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot of acoustic guitar backs. You can store it just like all the other stuff you store. No, I can't store it because of the other stuff I store. Speaking of which, Hey, you got any football fans that watch my show that like McFarlane figures of football guys? Because do I have a deal for you? I was here last week, but I blocked myself accidentally. No, you weren't. You were out at the cottage or wherever. eBay. Yeah, I know. The football guys should go on eBay. I'll put the football guys on eBay one of these days. It's a collection from my earlier life. McFarlane football guys. Still in packaging that I wallpapered my den with. I think I got about 50 McFarlane NFL and NCAA football guys in package that I should sell because I don't need them. Should we flip this bowl around, dig the inside out? We're going on an hour here. I think we should probably do that. Feel like we should have dyed the outside of that bowl. I don't know that it's that interesting. The shape is interesting. It's fine. It's fine. What wood is it? It is London Plane. It's in the title of the video, Stanifer. Oh, that's funny. I never read those. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, one thing I can say is that it's stupid smooth. It's very beach-like, actually. Did he measure for the mortise? No, he did not measure for the mortise. And he got it right anyway. I checked by putting the chuck up there. Did he measure for the mortise? No, he didn't measure for the mortise. No, he didn't burn his finger. London Plane, you say? All right. Let's dig it out. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I got something in my eyeball. Hold on. Ah. Ah. There's a decent sized chunk of wood in my eyeball right now. Rinse it out with beer. Yeah. No, just go blink a whole ton of times and it'll work its way out. Okay, I can open it again. Veritas Band-Aids to the rescue. All right. Let's see how the face screen of London Plane cuts. Outside is a little bit dusty. Not Moranti dusty or Yatoba dusty. Was that this live stream was 0 days without a work stoppage? Yeah, no, it wasn't a work stoppage. It was a work pausage. Pausage? Yeah, that's what it was. It was a work pausage. That cut's okay. It's yeah, cut's okay. Let's get a depth marked. We are going 2.5, just like I said we would be probably going. That's pretty good. And we are 1.25 inches. We're halfway down. Look at that. Yeah, that's, don't make the inside bigger than the outside. I'll try not to. No guarantees. It's got some, it goes down and then flares back out. So I think I'm just going to go down with the angle of the top and then round it off, because I don't think I'm going to be able to go down and then undercut. I mean, I might with the EZ-Wood, but we'll see. Let's work on getting to depth first. Is that a Sorby bowl gouge? No, this is a one-way bowl gouge. I don't have any Sorbies. I am thinking about diversifying my my turning tool collection so that I've got some samples from various companies. Crown makes like a high, like Crown makes a couple of levels of them, but they're like higher end ones look intriguing to me. They've got something called like a round back skew or something like that kind of acts like a skew and a gouge at the same time. We haven't had a catastrophic bowl failure lately. Thanks for mentioning that. Been thinking about getting a Thompson gouge. Thompson has a good reputation. I have not tried, but I know many reputable turners that swear by them. And I wouldn't say many. I know a couple of reputable turners that swear by them. Stuff cuts pretty quick. Like those feel like really quite deep cuts. We are at 1 5/8 inches now. What was that, 3 cuts? So yeah, it's pretty nice to work. Pretty nice cut. One way seems to cut good. I think they all cut good if you sharpen them. Honestly, I don't. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It was my first ever traditional tool. I'm at 2 inches already. So I just did, what, 3/8 and 3 cut. I'm making 1/8 cuts at a time here. Like, yeah, that cut's pretty good. I'm gonna have to move you guys back so I can rake across the front of you. I do like the one ways. I might get a couple more one ways, but I do want to try some other kinds as well. Come on. Come on. I am certainly out of practice. There you go, 2 1/4. We'll do a couple more deep, and then we'll skinny out the walls, and then we'll see what we feel like doing here. Might be close. Feels like I'm super deep. Oh yeah, I'm getting pretty close to that line. Let's start on the walls, and then maybe we'll take another little sit. I'm actually not that thick on the walls right now. I don't know. I was getting a little bit braver with the bowl gouge today than I am sometimes, because why is this going so well? Anybody? Anybody know why this is going so well? Like, I'm consistent thickness on the walls. I got to depth relatively quickly. I lost my ruler though. Nope, I didn't. I am at I'm over 2¼ of my 2½ that I want to go. Let's just let's go down another 1/4 inch, because everything's going so well. Back you guys up again. That's pretty close. I want to do one more. One more sweep around the bottom. And I want to try to do one more cut down the sides with the bowl gouge instead of the scraper, because this is very beech-like, and beech and this don't really like scrapers. At least the way I do them, because I'm not good. I'm gonna do one more deep, and then I'm gonna try to make one cut down the sides, and then we're gonna sand. And everything's gonna work out just fine. It was not a perfect cut by any means, but I think it's better than my scraper work. Loud noises. Oh, that's awful. I changed my answer. It's not better than my scraper work. And one more cut on the walls and not go through right there. That's no. Break. Cut. Okay, now break. I'm going to think about whether or not I just want to fight through those last couple ridges with sandpaper. Because I am, jeez, right there. I think I'm probably about 1/8 wide on that wall right there. I might just sand it. Did I get the carbide negative rate tip? No, I did not. I really want it. I think everywhere that I looked was out of stock. I looked at Busy Bee. I looked at Lee Valley. Maybe I just ordered from Easy Wood directly. Do they sell direct on their website? Because all of the retailers that I use, it's just out of stock everywhere. Does Easy Wood sell direct? Or maybe one of you guys could go to Rockler for me? Because if you order things from Rockler and you live in Canada, it sucks. You get to the checkout and shipping page and you're like, oh, never mind. I have 5 pieces of tulip poplar, 12 inches round and 6 inches thick. Tulip poplar. I don't know tulip poplar. It's got a fancy sounding name though. Hey, Jason Bass. How you doing, man? 12 inches round, 12 by 6 tulip poplar. Nice. You really need to get that GoPro set up. How about you shut your mouth? You need to get a channel set up. Then you can do whatever you want with your GoPros. How big is my piece of green wood that has the bugs? What? Are you talking to somebody else? Because I don't have a big piece of wood that has bugs. I gotta scroll back because at least I hope I don't have a big piece of wood that has bugs. One way seems to cut. We're back at that talk. There's Jason being welcomed. What do y'all use on green wood that has bugs in it? Oh, here we go. This is the bugs question. Yeah, on green wood that has bugs in it, I would use a kiln. Or I've heard that like washing it with like a borax solution. Shannon Rogers talks about washing your wood with borax if it gets bugs. But I would rather use heat and just... Because, I don't know, I would be worried... whatever you do, do it fast. Because I would be worried about it getting those bugs in the rest of my wood. If I had wood with bugs in it. I don't want those bugs jumping onto something else. Oh, Beckham's gone. Small toe negative rig scraper. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So you don't have access to a kiln, and it's this big, thick tulip poplar stuff that has bugs in it. God, I don't know, man. You could make a solar kiln. Just build a frame out of like 2x4 and like clear plastic tarp it and put a fan in it, and you're running out of time before that we lose the sun intensity. But you could make a solar kiln. God, but it's 6 inches thick. You'd probably end up cracking it. That's tough. That's a tough one, man, because that's thick slabs. And if you try to dry those in a kiln, you probably would end up cracking them. I don't know. Email Shannon. What is it? What's his podcast that he does by himself now? Lumber Industry Update. I think it's lumberupdate.com is the website, and he's pretty responsive. I would send an email to him there, or just add a comment on one of his shows. Actually, I think he has a show in the last few on kiln, like making your own kilns. If you comment on that show topic and say, hey, this is my situation, I think he'll probably get back to you. I was thinking about rough turning them. But yeah, you just get them up on the, but then you're bringing them into your shop, and you're getting the shavings everywhere. And then if those shavings have bugs in them and those bugs get in the rest of your wood, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't bring it into my shop and turn it, because I've got wood like in other places around there that I don't want bugs in. But I don't know your storage situation for the rest of your wood, so God, that's tough. You take your lathe out into the yard and you rough turn them out there. And then you stick them in the oven at like really, really low temperature. Do you do that? I might be giving terrible advice. My brain is trying to work on your problem out loud. That sucks, is what that does. Ben has got a good question. It might depend on what kind of bug. But if it's a bug you're concerned about, I don't want it near my other woods. That's hard. I would ask Shannon. Dude, like, is the foremost expert on lumber in North America, I think. And if he doesn't know the answer, he'll find it for you. Seth is pointing you to garden tool expert. What? Why would we listen to a guy called Garden Tool Expert? Does he have GoPros? Small little white worms. I don't know enough about what kind of bugs to look out for. You try that borax solution that Shannon recommends, but I think with 6-inch thick wood. Turn it. I don't know, man. That's tough. Hope you get it figured out, though, because it sounds awesome. We're just about done. Just about done this London plane. Sprayed bug killer on them. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to get deep. I mean, if the bugs are all the way in it, you make me sad with that question. That hurts me because that sounds like awesome wood. Just talk to Shannon. I don't. Maybe the solar kiln is a good idea. Because, I mean, if it cracks, it's only going to check. Like, are these slabs or are these like bowl blanks? Because if they're slabs and they check on the ends, you still have a lot of good wood in the middle. I don't have enough information, and I'm also not. This is not my forte, but I know enough to be able to come up with ideas. Round blanks. Okay, don't no solar kiln. Because then if they crack, they're dead. Do you know Sean Graham? Worth the effort? Wood turning? He's relatively responsive too. Ask experts. Sean cuts and dries his own blanks and turns green, and he's an educator in turning, and he's pretty responsive. Worth effort on YouTube, and I think wortheffort.com maybe, or Shannon at Lumber Industry Update. Lumberupdate.com I think is the website. Could have a dash. Could be lumber-update. I don't know. You find it. Either one of those guys are going to have better answers than me. I'm just making things up. New beer. We'll sand. I think I'm just going to go to sandpaper. I don't have any super coarse sandpaper. Grr. Do I? No. I don't. Do I have any like almost dead sandpaper discs over there, like in my rubbish? Or I just take a really long time starting at 120. Amazon has tons of sandpaper. I have a ton of Amazon sandpaper. That's where I'll go. I'll go to those crappy little Amazon discs, and I'll go right down to like 60 grit. And I'll get rid of all these ridges because I don't trust myself to not cut through the side of this bowl. I have a $100 gift card. What? Where? Where? I have a $100 gift card? To where? Really? What store? Hold on. Mike might know something I don't know. Is this a Home Depot? Is that what this is? No, I think this is what my brother gave me this for Christmas. It's probably like 25 bucks. I don't think I have a $100 gift card to anywhere. Wherever my mom bought me one. Yeah, Windsor. I bought 17 board feet of sapele. How does he know what's in your wallet? That's why I'm confused. It's like, how does he know if I have a gift card? I mean, we are friends. Like, we do talk and stuff. But it's possible that I told him that I got a $100 gift card from somewhere, and then I forgot that I said that or that I had that. But he's talking about the Windsor one that my mom bought me that I already said I spent on sapele. It's right here. Hasn't even made it up on the rack yet. It goes up with the rest of that sapele. It's all of that and all of that. But don't you have a gift card? I didn't waste it on Sapili. It's nice. And it's good to that's a good word to work. If you guys have never worked with Sapili for like cabinets and stuff, what are my plans for it? My plans for all of that was a sideboard that I might never make for this house because it doesn't really suit this house, but we might be moving, but we might not. And I don't actually have plans for this one. It's just I went in to buy walnut, and the walnut was, they increased the price on the walnut and decreased the quality of the walnut. And I didn't want to, I'm not going to, no. I'm not going to pay more for worse stuff. So I just bought some more Sapili instead because I like working with it and the price is right on it and I like the color and I'll use it for something. I might make a blanket chest or some kind of bench type situation for the foot of my bed. Might make a wall hanging cabinet for something in the house. Might make, there's no lacking of stuff that I might make a shoe rack for the entryway. I kind of don't want to make a Sapili shoe rack. That seems, yeah, no, probably won't be that. Something that's gonna get covered up with shoes, I don't think. Blanket chest? Yeah, maybe blanket chest for the foot of the bed. Or entry bench for the, but there's not really any room in my entryway for a bench. I don't know. There's no shortage of things that I want to make. Yes, Benel 2. I'm gonna make a Sapili boat. No. Blanket chest lined with cedar is a good idea. I do have a bunch of cedar. It's an idea. Yeah, like a green and greeny style blanket chest lined with cedar. I don't know. It has to be aromatic cedar. It doesn't have to be anything. You're not in charge of me, Stanifer. Like you're talking Spanish cedar, like the purple stuff. It doesn't have to be. Western red does the same thing. Yeah, it does. It's I mean, what you want the cedar for is because the bugs don't like it, and it gives off a smell that's pleasant and infuses what's in it with the smell of cedar. And bugs don't like Western red cedar, and it still gives off that. It's not as intense of a smell, which could be good depending on how much you like your blankets to smell like cedar. And I mean, we have a ton of cedar around here, and it's, I almost said it's dirt cheap. It's not dirt cheap, but it's cheaper than Spanish cedar. And I've got that top rack there is all Western red cedar. So why not use that? Let's sand and finish the inside of this bowl. We're at 1:36. We'll get the crappy Amazon discs out. Need to put my round blanks in cedar shavings. Yeah, that's... I don't think that the bugs will just keep eating the wood that they're already in, though, you see. So, oh, Waldrop's late. Had important stuff to do. Paul's very important. He was busy doing important Paul things. I'm trying to find some low grit, crappy Amazon sandpaper because I got a couple of ridges and Can't tell what this is. That's pretty gritty. That feels pretty damn gritty. Oh, there's 80. Okay, I'll get a couple of 80s. And then I've got 120s. Okay, let's see. Should keep that out probably. Because these are garbage. These are garbage and they're going to come flying off before they're used up. Start at 80. It might, they're not super deep, but they're unpleasant. Okay. Let us do this. We're going to loud noises. I'm just gonna put my tools up on the wall over here instead of leaving them laying around. One down. See, they're just garbage. One down, but it actually got through most of it. So I think with this second one, we're probably going to be in good shape. Oh, just about done, my peeps. Just about done. I think at this point we can go up to the good ones and start at 120 because we're pretty much through those. So don't buy the big bag of Amazon sanding discs, in case that wasn't clear. about done. That was not helpful. Go. That is 320. We're gonna give it a quick hit with 400, and we're gonna slurry sand with 600. Now we're done. That is what we're gonna do. Because that is the amount of effort I feel like putting in. And I still think if you custom grit the outside of your bowl where people's hands are in contact with it, you don't need to custom grit the inside of a bowl where the stuff goes. The stuff doesn't care how smooth it is. Yeah. That is that. The people who said that there was going to be something amazing inside this London plane were wrong, and I was right. But that's fine. I'd never cut it before, and I needed to eventually because I want to cut all the woods. And it's perfectly fine. It's a pleasant looking wood. It's not a gross looking wood. It's just not like, oh my god, look at that bowl. But I think the shape is going to lend it a little bit of wow in terms of grabbing attention. Because I've never seen a bowl that shape before. Pretty boring, but not unattractive. Oh, wait, what's the top speed in low heater here? 545? Okay, that's... Drive that in as deep as we can get her at 545. Do a quick coat of the custom wax solid wax on top of the liquid wax. Buff it in, buff it out. That's a pretty nice bowl. I like it from the side. Hopefully, oh, Bennett's super worried that it's going to tip over anytime somebody uses it, because apparently Bennett just tips over his bowls all the time. Aren't you supposed to stop the lathe before reversing it? Well, I don't know. Supposed to isn't really a thing that we do here on this channel. But I don't think I've ever actually heard anybody say that. I mean, it makes logical sense, but it stops on its own. If you click to reverse, it stops and then it starts going the other way. He's got a spare switch if he blows it. That's exactly right. I do, in fact. It's right here. Let's take it off and have a look. That's a not unattractive bowl. I do like the shape that came out of the random cutting. It is just kind of plain. I think if I bother to get another piece of this, I'll probably dye the outside. Just to add a little pop of color to accentuate things, because it's very birch-like. I mean, there's some interesting Rayfleck in a few areas, in the quarter sawn sections, you might say. Where, like an example, like in here, in through here, there's some like Rayflecky type thing. Look how it's like, look, you can see my lights in the reflection on the outside of this. That's a perfectly nice bowl. And let's have a look, Bennett. Go down here. Put it down. I don't think you're gonna knock it over. It's fine. Have I tried ebonizing yet? I have not tried ebonizing yet. Should I? Should I try ebonizing? I mean, I want to try everything at some point. Nope, that's not true. That's not true. I never want to try the Lichtenberging. I will leave Lichtenberging to other people. I changed my answer. I don't want to try everything once. Does it wobble? No. Well, it's you gotta intentionally wobble it. It's fine. It's stable. You can, if you give it a nudge, but you're not going to tip it over. Like, you'd have to get it to here for it to tip all the way over. It's fine. It weeble wobbles, but it doesn't fall down. There you go. Okay, we're gonna call it. Nope, Lily, hypothetical question. You guys remind me. You guys have to remind me. If you could Freaky Friday with any animal for a day, which animal would it be? I want to say some kind of bird, because flying would be awesome. Like a peregrine falcon that flies super fast. But, hold on. Something to consider. If you Freaky Friday with it, then it's you for a day too. And when you get back to yourself, you have to live with the repercussions of what that thing has done with your body for the last day. So maybe it's just something that sleeps a lot. Because then he can't get in very much trouble with my body. It's another facet of the question. Nothing worse than I normally do anyway. A sloth? Yeah, a sloth would be okay. I bet who? Yeah, exactly. See, if you pick something like angry, then you come back to your body and you're in jail or something, right? Like, that's no good. Panda bear? They're not going to get into too much trouble in my body, and it would be cool to be a panda bear for a day. Or koala. But where are my Australian peeps, by the way? Mike's autobiography title, Trouble in My Body. This is a good question, because you have to think of an animal that you would have fun being, but also wouldn't get you into too much trouble. Okay, so hypothetically, if I pick the peregrine falcon and I'm flying around really fast, what's the falcon going to do in my body that is going to get me into trouble? It's going to be so confused. It's going to be like, what is going on? I'm gonna just nest over here. I'm just going to sleep this off. Because I don't know what to do with legs. But it's a hunting animal. Peregrine falcons are hunters, and that could get me in trouble if it decides, like, if it figures out what to do with legs. But I mean, it would just eat rodents and stuff. Like, so I'd have some stomach problems for a couple of days when I got back. I'd have to call the CDC. Be like, I don't know what I ate for the last day, but I feel weird. Peregrine falcon. You ate your own dog. I don't have a dog. Ah. I don't have any pets, so at least I wouldn't eat my pets. No way that turns out good for either one. Yeah, because I wouldn't know how to operate the falcon either. So I'd probably like run into a mountain. I don't know. This is a good question. I'm going to go with the peregrine falcon because it's the fastest animal on the planet and it flies, and that would be neat to be for a day. And I don't think I would get in too much trouble if a falcon took over my body for a day. Relatively speaking to other animals that I could turn into. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to get poisoned, though. It's going to eat a rodent of some kind that has poison in it. I'm going to stick by my answer, but yeah. Anyway, this is a good question. I'm good. Bird wouldn't feel too good about eating microwave burritos. Yeah, I get gut problems from the rats, and he comes back to gut problems because I'm eating microwave burritos. I don't think I'd be able to operate a microwave with my beak. Maybe I could. Am I still smart? Like, am I still human smart? Yeah, because I'm Freaky Friday. So it would be me. I would just be in the falcon's body. Yeah, okay. Peregrine falcon. If I traded places with my dog, would it give you treats? Probably. Because it would be like, this is what humans do. I'm a human now. I'm supposed to give the dog treats. You probably would get treats if you turned into your dog. Yeah. You might not like them, though. Do you like dog treats? Yeah, and you'd be barking. You'd be trying to tell them, like, give me the microwave burrito. But it would just come out. And then you'd get treats. The dog human would eat the treats. Then maybe. I don't know. Because the dogs are smart. And if a dog became a human, it would be like, oh, now I'm a human. I have to eat human food. And it would try cooking a steak, and it would be terrible. Because you overcook it, and it would be like super well done and gross. And he'd eat it and love it anyway. This is an interesting question. London plane. London plane, interesting shaped bowl. Kind of boring in terms of grain. The lighting over here is terrible, but it's fairly beach-like. I would not hesitate to turn it again. It was pleasant to turn. Just kind of plain looking. London plane is kind of plain looking. But that's nice. That's it for this one, unless there's any more last-minute questions, comments, concerns. It's 2 hours. That's enough show, I think. Why did I buy a Stanley 45? Because I wanted it. And it's old and cool. After midnight there? Okay. Nighty nights. Well, it's Saturday. What are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. That's what. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you next time. Thanks for watching. All those things that I say. Hey, if you haven't gone and watched the Music Box video that went up yesterday, go watch the Music Box video. It's doing terribly badly. Nobody's watching it. Go watch it. And then leave me a comment under it and hit the thumb button and stuff. It's performing disappointingly badly. If I send you some cedar, do I need to cut it into circles? You don't need to do anything. I mean, I could cut it into circles. I mean, if you wanted to cut it into circles, it would be easier on my end, and I wouldn't have to cut it into circles, but I am capable of cutting it into circles. That's it. Bye for now. I already said all of the things. If you had known it would do that bad, you wouldn't have given it away. Yes, I would have given it away. That's... I know you're trying to be funny, but no. That one had to be a giveaway. That one had to... I can't charge people for stuff like that. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Next week we'll turn again. Wait, next week it's the 1st of the month. I'll think about whether or not I want to turn next week or just hang out. See how I feel on about Thursday. Then I'll decide. I'm out. Like, for real this time. I'm not just saying it again.